A very good evening to all of you. So yeah, this is Sadashiv Pal and I'll be your host for today's webinar, and we'll be talking about how to optimize SEO strategy for website conversion, and we'll just try to check out few of the basic concept of SEO and it core inspect elements and what all things you would be needing for your to increase your website conversion, to increase your conversion rate optimization. So before we begin, I'll just brief you about myself. So my name is Sadashiv Pal, and I have been associated with digital marketing since more than 10 years. And SEO has been always my expertise. And yeah, so I'll be sharing with you a few of the case studies, my insight, my experience about this topic. And I hope so this session really turns out to be a fruitful one and you get something in return. So let's, yeah. And in case if you feel that you have any doubts around the session, so you can simply use the live chat option and you can post in your doubts or comments over there. Okay. So yeah, let's begin. So yeah, today we'll be speaking about how to optimize SEO strategy for website conversions or to increase your conversion rate optimization. All right. So guys, first of all, it's very important to understand that what exactly is SEO and how it can help us to increase our website conversion. So just to give an interesting fact, so whenever you are browsing for any search queries on Google, you might always see some ads listing of a listing above the organic rankings. So only 5 to 7% or maximum 10% of the people usually end up clicking on those ads. But eventually, most of the people are very much interested into clicking onto the organic results, which are ranging from the rank 1, 2, or 3, or on the first page of Google. So that section is the one which is usually targeted and people really love clicking on those links. And being an SEO professional, it is our job to get our business, to get our own website getting ranked onto those pages. Okay, so now let's just understand what exactly is SEO. So since you guys are attending this webinar, so I'm quite sure that you guys know that what exactly is SEO. So SEO stands for search engine optimization, and it's a process of increasing your website traffic through search engine results. So if you do proper SEO optimization onto various search engines, so you get a better chance of getting a visibility onto the search engine rankings or onto the SERP pages, which are also called as search engine result page. So SEO usually helps your website become more discoverable when potential customers usually search any queries or terms related to your brand, related to the products or services which you are providing. So you get a better chance of discovering your website and becoming and converting that customer. So just imagine a scenario. Imagine that you have a fitness business or fitness store. You offer dieting and workout tips onto your website. You also have an article about losing weight, and with good SEO practice, a person searching for a keyword like how to lose weight or how to gain weight might have a better chance of finding that article and therefore your brand. So that's the kind of power of SEO. Okay, moving to the next slide. So reasons why you need to optimize your website. There are plenty of reasons to learn how to optimize for conversions and SEO in various aspects. So first of all, what we need to do is we need to actually check that how they work together to create a leaner, a more productive website, a more interactive website. So the content on the SEO part is the taste of your website. So whenever you go to any hotels or any restaurants, why do you visit that hotel again? Just because you liked the taste or maybe the quality of the food they are providing. In the similar fashion, into the digital world, so what makes you go to a particular website again and again? It's the content, it's the quality of that website which makes you visit that website again and again. So let's look at the 5 specific reasons to optimize your site immediately and to continually optimize your site over time to time. All right. So, okay. So the first step is that we have to make a website useful for a specific audience. it is very necessary that whenever you guys are optimizing your website, you should be targeting a particular niche. It is not compulsory that you should be targeting all the different segments. So you should be targeting a specific audience bringing to your website. For an example, if you're having a fitness store, so getting a fitness store audience to your website is really remarkable and really convertible. So marketers sometimes feel that as though they are odds with Google, the search engine fails to rank the best content, for instance, or they see a huge drop in traffic after an algorithmic update. So we have to make a website very much useful for this specific audience. So in reality, though our goals and Google are the same, just keep in mind one thing: whenever you are optimizing your website, just think from the customer's perspective. Don't ever try to optimize your website from the Google's perspective, because Google will only love you when you love your customers. You give what customers are looking out for, and Google will give what you want. Okay, so we have to serve the best possible content for the targeted audience. So creating a positive website user experience, prioritizing the content that offers a significant value. So that is really remarkable, which we should be doing it. So you just go about in different ways. Google analyzes millions of websites while you're analyzing your specific audience behavior. So just try to understand this point. Google usually analyzes millions of websites, but we have to analyze only our specific audience behavior. So Google uses more than 200 ranking signals to decide which piece of content appears on the first page of search engine results page. And this algorithm pays careful attention to signs that particular web page will give the searchers information they seek. Okay, so it is very important to target your specific audience. So let's move on to the next one. So now the next one is growing your organic traffic. So the average business spends around 1% of its total revenue on advertising. If your business rakes or makes around 1 million per year, you might spend $10,000 on advertisement. While that might seem like a small percentage, it adds up. Okay, some industries such as retail, they really spend considerably more on ads, but the strategy is kind of not that worthy, because you should be initially investing more onto your SEO efforts so that you're increasing your website traffic, you're increasing your organic traffic. Because if you're doing Google ads, or if you're doing any kind of social media marketing, or doing any kind of Facebook or Instagram ads, so users coming to your website, so they might be there for a limited period of time. But on the other hand, if you're optimizing your website properly, so you might expect returning visitors coming back to back again onto your website and spending more time. Okay, so attracting organic traffic through SEO, however, is always free. Okay, you have to pay to develop and promote the content, but that's not nearly as expensive as PPC or Google ads or Facebook ads. When you compare the close rate between the searchers who arrive at your site via organic search and those who come via paid ads, the results are illustrative and far massive. Organic search closes at nearly 15%, while paid search closes at very less percentage of 2%. So we have to invest our time and, if necessary, money into growing your organic traffic. It might take longer. SEO is not kind of a thing which can happen overnight. It would take longer time, but the results last longer and results in more conversions. So it is very much important to grow your organic traffic. Let's check out the other one. So it is now about capitalizing on existing traffic. So we have to learn how to optimize our website for conversions, how to optimize them and understand the user experience, understand the user behavior. We have to figure out how visitors navigate our site, whether they scroll down to the page, how often they are clicking onto your call to action buttons. If you have got a e-learning website, so what would be your CTA button? Enroll now, register now, subscribe me for the email list. So that might be some of the CTAs. So how usually people are reacting, or they are doing some kind of actions onto those CTA buttons. So if someone signs up for your email list, you can contact them at later date with offers, incentives, promotions, and more on. Okay. Now you can also encourage visitors to follow you on social media pages, visit your product pages, and read more about your blog pages. So capitalizing on your existing traffic usually helps you to improve your conversion rate, because higher percentage of your organic traffic will convert, the higher revenue your business or your own site will generate. So you know what offer your audience, because you are the website owner, you are determining the data analysis and doing everything for that. So you know what exactly your customers are interested into, what exactly your audience will respond to, and you know how to present them in an appealing way. So it is very much important to capitalize on existing traffic and just invest, you know, some pennies more onto this capitalizing of your studying into your existing traffic. Let's move on to the next slide. So the next one says that force your website to work harder. Anyone can build a website. That's even beautiful website. For fewer can create a website, and your website has got a massive, very interesting UI and UX. Okay, after all, average conversion rate across the industries are less than 2.5%. Okay, that's very much less. But in case if you are forcing your website to work harder, if you're trying to understand the consumer behavior, if you're trying to deliver what they are looking for, so there then the chances of increasing your conversions are far higher. So you want your audience to convert at much higher rate. So to do so, you have to study your audience closely and give them what they need and expect. If you have done the research and you have applied all the data to your site, you expect a jump in conversion rates. The people who visit your site find what they need quickly and appreciate your brand for providing it, and brand loyalty results, and the customer would retain your brand value, and they would end up recommending your brand to their friends, colleagues, family members, or anything. Okay, so SEO always comes first, though without traffic you can't have conversions. So we have to make sure that we are creating a site which is valuable, with valuable content, sticky content, plenty of opportunities for visitors to convert. Moving on to the next slide. So we always have to give our audience what they want and expect. So let's imagine this scenario. We have an e-commerce site that sells shoes. A customer needs a pair of running shoes and conducts a Google search for best shoes for runners. So you have written a blog in depth. That blog explains about choosing running shoes, including brand recommendation information, including the product information and different types of runners. So visitor then reads the article. At the end, you have a lead magnet that offers free sizing and fit charts for runners, maybe some shoe sizes or anything like that. So all the visitor has to do is that sign up for your email list. So once the sign up is done, you have really achieved a kind of very good conversion. So you send the lead magnet immediately to visitor. After a few days later, maybe you can just send a coupon code for your online store, or maybe you can just share some of the discount or promotional offers which is ongoing. Then the customer might realize that you have meet his need or her needs, and the discount incentives might result into an immediate sale. So as you can see, SEO and conversion rate optimization work hand in hand. If you meet your audience expectations and help them find what they want, you will surely secure a customer. Okay, so now the other part is that we have to conduct thorough keyword research. So conducting a keyword research is the primary step for any SEO business or any website. Years ago, we would pick a keyword out of a thin air, or just randomly we'll pick up a keyword, we'll write a 300 or 400 word article, and we would rank for that keyword the very next day. But SEO don't work like that anymore, because Google has been doing many changes, many algorithmic changes, and it's been more than like a decade Google has been dealing into their algorithmic changes. And just an interesting fact, Google usually makes more than 1,000 algorithmic changes in a year. Out of which only few of them are visible, and few of them are huge, which really impacts the SEO business, which really impacts your site. Okay, so conducting the keyword research and understanding what exactly the customers are searching on search engines is really recommended. So you can refer to tools like Uber Suggest, which will help you find keywords related to your business and niche. You can also refer to tools like Google Keyword Planner, using it to find long tail keywords that fit to your prospective customers users intent, because long tail keywords, the keyword which has got a longer search query, so those keywords are usually very much convertible, and people searching for long tail keywords usually convert a lot, and it means that they are very much interested into that product. So that's the reason they are searching with a long string. Think about why a particular user search for a particular keyword, and what would be their hopes, what would be their expectation, and how would they like that information to perceive on a particular page. So we can start off a keyword research practice with broad keywords. For an example, maybe you offer dog boarding or some services for dogs. Your website has got some services for pets, and you're offering some dog food or dog kennels. So Google Keyword Planner or Uber Suggest will provide you with a list of keywords and suggestions, which you can filter in several ways, along with the keyword difficulty, along with the average search volume, along with the competitive index for those keywords. So you should be choosing the one which you really feel are the best for your business, and you can later on develop the on-page strategies and content around those keywords. So we have to do this over and over again and create more pages for the site. So we have to write long, in-depth articles that provide as much as information as that particular topic as possible. So after this keyword research is done, so the next step we can do is we can optimize for an on-page SEO. So on-page SEO tells you how to optimize your website when you're building specific pages. Factors such as headlines, subheadlines, URL slugs, meta tags fall into this category. So we have to optimize, we have to check, are we including a keyword into the URL or not? Are we trying to include a primary keywords into the page title? Are we including the keywords into the meta description? Are we trying to target the keywords into the heading tag? Or are we trying to target the keywords into our content or not? So it is very much important to optimize a web page from an on-page SEO perspective. So few of the approaches that you have to use your primary keyword in your headline, preferably as close to the beginning as possible. It should also appear in the slug at least one subline. Okay, that's some kind of a good practice which I recommend, which Google recommends. Throughout the body copy, we have to aim for 0.5 to 2.5% of the keywords which we have shortlisted. We should ensure that and try not to go over higher end to avoid looking like a keyword stuffer. So if you feel that you have already shortlisted some keywords and your mindset would be that let me just target all the keywords onto this page. So that's kind of a keyword stuffing practice, which is not recommended by Google. And earlier people used to do that, but after many algorithmic changes, so Google doesn't entertain keyword stuffing anymore. So please avoid this practice. Okay, so we have to just sprinkle some of the primary and related keywords throughout the body copy, the headlines, the image alt text, the content. Okay, so this is how you have to optimize. So after optimizing, we should make sure that we are including plenty of content and plenty of context for each of the pages which we are developing, and Google accurately is trying to understand what exactly the content is talking about. So this is what you have to do into on-page SEO. After on-page comes the optimization for off-page SEO. So off-page SEO are also called as off-site SEO, which refers to the ways in which you optimize your website via external means. You're just trying to get traffic from the external means. So few of the practices for off-page SEO is guest blogging, social media activity, influencer marketing, affiliate marketing, brand mentions, PR, directory submission, bookmarking. So all those things are off-page SEO. So let me just give you a very basic difference between on-page and off-page SEO, which will clear your doubts. What exactly are these terms? So on-page SEO is something that which is into your control, and off-page SEO is a part which is not into your control. So let me walk you through an example. So maybe you are on a verge of setting up a pizza store. Maybe outside some of the busiest railway station of Mumbai. So you set up a pizza store out there. And so what all things would come into your mind while you're trying to set up a pizza store? Okay, so the first thing which comes to your mind is naming of your pizza store. So whatever name you give, so yeah, that particular name goes to your website. Yeah, before naming, the other thing which comes into my mind is that before setting up a physical location for a pizza store, you will have to check for a location. You'll have to check for a rented place, or whether you have to buy that place or whether you have to rent that place. In the similar fashion, when you take this example to the digital front, so you'll see that you have to rent a domain, you have to buy a domain to establish a website and make a digital internet presence. So the physical pizza store would include factors like the name of your store, the coloring of your store, the offers which you're trying to give, the images which you are using onto your inside store, the level of customer service, the quality, are you following the COVID protocols or not? So all these factors are under your control. So these factors are called as on-page SEO. In the similar way, taking this example to an online website. So if you've got a website named as www.pizzaworld.com. Okay, so now what all things would you include? So you would first of all give a page title, the description of your pizza site, the types of pizza, the products which you're selling, the content, the images, the video. So all these things which are into your control, optimizing them are called as on-page SEO. And coming to the other front, so which is off-page SEO. So what exactly is off-page SEO? So I told you about few of the technical terms which might sound naive or which might go over the head for a few of the people watching my video here. So what exactly are off-page SEO? So now you have set up a pizza store, and you know that people would just walk by and they are just interested with your design or with your code or the title of your pizza store, and they might visit your store. Okay, so they are the organic visitors. So now you know that you also have to do some kind of back-end promotions, like you have to submit an article into a newspaper that a new pizza store is in, or maybe you have to distribute some kind of pamphlets. Maybe you have to visit a news channel and speak about your pizza store. Maybe you have to contact some influencers and tell them about your pizza stores. So all these things are off-page SEO practices. But we know that if I'm trying to submit, if I'm trying to deliver or distribute 1,000 pamphlets outside some busiest railway station, so I'm not sure that if I'm giving 1,000 pamphlets along with some promotional offers or coupon codes onto that pamphlet, all of the users won't come to my store. Okay, but I have a possibility that at least 1% or 2% of them might read and find the content interesting and might visit my store. Okay, so now we know that all of those people won't come to a store, but still we do this activity with an expectation that at least 1% or 0.5% or 2% or maybe 3% users might convert and come to my site. Okay, so these are not into your control. You are just giving your efforts, and it is not into your control to bring those customers, and it is not into your control what the customer felt about and what the review the customer would be talking about. And if you really gave a very good customer service, so the customer might speak about your business to his friends, colleagues, or relatives, and onto social media marketing, onto social media platforms. All right. So now, after speaking on all of this sort of content, so you did the off-page SEO front, and then you will initially start receiving traffic from your off-page SEO activities as well. All right. So this is the off-page SEO and on-page SEO. Okay. So let's move on to the next slide, which explains about optimizing the website for mobile. So as per the latest research conducted by Google, so Google experienced most during this, people usually use their mobile phone for checking out updates, for browsing content. Okay, so almost 65% of the users are mobile users. queries on Google. So with more and more people accessing websites via mobile devices, you don't want to leave those potential conversions, okay, which can be done through mobile. That's the reason we have to optimize the website for mobile usability as well. We have to ensure the mobile friendliness. We have to ensure that the mobile content is quite good enough, and the UI UX is quite good enough. And furthermore, Google has also launched the mobile first index as the latest algorithmic update with them, which means that your site might rank better if you focus on mobile friendliness. So we have to really optimize a lot for mobile version. So a few factors which really comes into optimization of mobile version is that you should enable responsive design, offer responsive designs on your mobile. You should give a liberty to download free and premium content onto your mobile site. You should use accordion style, and whatever content your desktop site has, so you have to pull in the same content onto your mobile site as well. If you don't do so, you might lose on some of the rankings. So yeah, so these are some of the steps wherein you can optimize a website for mobile SEO. Moving to the next slide. Okay, now let's just see, can SEO improve your website conversions? So now we have covered improving your SEO. So what happens to your conversions now? So you won't see the results right away, as I said before. Rankings usually take time to build, especially with the plethora of content that exists online. So you have to work hard to build quality content. You have to get good quality backlinks. You have to establish credibility with Google. You have to increase your DA score. You have to increase the personality of your website. All right. So if you visit a website that takes forever time to load or anything like that, so you are very much less likely to click to visit that website, and you will more likely click on the back button and look for something else. Similarly, if you're filling out a form that refuses to submit due to slow speed or anything like that, so you will eventually give up. Okay, so now yeah, the second the strategy is, the first strategy for building good CRO practice is that we have to maintain entry page sent. Okay, so I'll just describe briefly about this, the keyword sent. Okay, so yeah, so this sent usually refers to, reassures that visitors they are in the right place. Sent affects whether a visitor arrives in your website and soon leaves. So that initially gives a rise to your bounce rate or stay around to complete the purchase. So how do you optimize your website for sent? Okay, so what we have to do is, you can make a note of this pointers if you wish to. So we have to match the title tag and H1 tag. We have to design a clear site structure. We have to be careful with dynamic search ads for category pages. Like Google provides instruction, click here, click here, click here, or anything like that. So you can just go through those instruction parameters as well. So we can also set local phone numbers based on the geological specification for organic business location, and in case if you're doing some kind of local SEO. And you can try the new feature of click to call in organic results as well. After that, you can make sure to exclude out of stock products from search results, because this would initially destroy the user experience. So it is not recommended to keep the out of stock products from search results. So after that, we have to adjust the layout based on the keywords and the search parameters. Okay, so this is how you have to maintain the entry page level sent of your to increase your website conversions. So now let's speak for the second strategy, which is combining A/B testing with SEO. So before we discuss about this, so let's understand what exactly is A/B testing. So you might have heard this word quite a lot of time, that these guys are doing A/B testing, this website is doing A/B testing. So what exactly is this A/B testing? So A/B testing is testing of multiple variants, testing of multiple scenarios. So just to give an example, so I have got a pizza store. So I am trying to check which pizza of mine is more tastier or is getting good feedback. So I would invite 10 customers to my 10 customers to my pizza store, and I would give one pizza to five customers and the other pizza to other 5 customers. And basis of their reactions, on their feedback, on their reviews, I would then consider and judge that, okay, pizza number 1 is not that good. Pizza number 2 is very much very much favorable to the customers who are eating it. They are giving positive reviews. So this gives me an understanding. Okay, so I should be producing more of pizza number 2. Okay, so I did A/B testing with those 10 customers. After that, whosoever customer is entering my store, so I would be delivering them the pizza number 2. So when this A/B testing is done right, this can help you capture more leads, get more visitors, and increase sales. So you have to do A/B testing. To set up a safe and effective split test, you need to give Google specific information about your original page. So, because each user has a different perspective of seeing different variations of the same page. So the page which converts the highest percentage of visitors is called as the winner, is declared as the winner. So this is what A/B testing is. So Googlebot is obviously confused when deciding what page to rank in SERP search engine results page. Which one should be considered, version A or the original page, or version B or C? So that's the reason we have to combine A/B testing with SEO. With SEO A/B testing, what happens is that there's another layer of complexity. Since two groups of pages aren't identical, this will also confuse Google at some point of time. So rather than simply being able to compare the performance of two buckets of pages directly, we will instead need to focus the performance of both the sets. So we have to check out few of the data analysis that for the web page number 1. So these are the data insights. For the web page number 2, these are the data insights. So after comparing both the data insights, we can determine that an experiment was a success and a particular user really liked this page. So yeah, so that's something which we have to do. So it sometimes harms our SEO efforts as well. So even though, but still Google encourages A/B testing. That has said that doing an A/B testing or multivariate test will have little or no impact to your website. So whatever the website is searching for. So, but we should, while doing A/B testing, we should keep in mind few of the other pointers, such as we have to avoid cloaking errors. So using A/B testing platform to change the spirit of the page is huge mistake. We have to design, scope, and content of the variation should not be significantly different from the original page. Google bots might recognize major changes as cloaking. Some split testing tools inadvertently cause cloaking errors by showing different pages to Google bots and humans. So this kind of tools track this traffic sources, show the original version to Google and version B to the actual human visitors. So we have to avoid cloaking errors for this practice. And the next step is, which you have to keep in mind while you're doing the A/B testing and SEO, that if an A/B test has more than one URL, so we have to put the rel equal to canonical tags and give the identification to the main page. So we have to put the canonical tag pointing to the original page on all of the alternate links, directing bots indexing your original page. So this is what you have to do. Okay, so yeah, moving to the third strategy, improve page load time. This is very much important, guys. So how long are the visitors or the users willing to wait for a site to load before they usually abandon the page? Loading time is major contributor to abandonment of a page. Up to 1 second delays are bearable for the visitors, but delays which a website, there are many websites which usually take more than 10 seconds or 20 seconds to load. Okay, so even if they stay, it is unlikely that they will complete a call to action, or they will probably scroll the whole page. So yeah, so we have to improve the page load time as well. So we can usually go to the Google Page Speed Insights or GT Metrics and submit our website URL over there, and we can check out all the core web vitals or the page speed insights, and we can then collaborate everything and give the recommendation to the website developers, to the backend developers, and they will look further into it, and they will try to do the changes into the backend, which will initially affect the page load time. So let's just speak about some of the statistics about loading problems in web pages. So I just deep dive and found few of the statistics, like which says 47% of shoppers expect a web page to load in 2 seconds or less. So that's the reason whenever you open giant website, e-commerce websites like Flipkart, Amazon, Shopclues or anything like that, you see it really loads quickly into few seconds. So the shoppers usually expect a web page to load very much quickly. 40% of 40% of users abandon a website that takes more than 3 seconds to load. So you can imagine you're just losing 40% of your users if your site is not loading properly. The next statistic says that 79% of online shoppers are dissatisfied with website performance, are likely to buy from the same site again. So they might end up taking the product, but they won't come again to your website for purchasing any of the products or services what your website is offering them. 52% of online shoppers state that quick page loading is important for their site loyalty. So 52% of the users feel that page load really plays a very important role. So now let's just check out that how do we improve page loading time. So we can use website speed test tool like Page Speed Insights, GT Metrics to test the website page load time on both desktop and mobile devices. After that, we will have to evaluate the reports and the findings. And website speed tools will give you some of the front-end elements like page size, the load time, the download speed, the core web vitals, the LCP, FID, cumulative layout shift, and elements like HTML, JavaScript, and CSS layout issues, anything like that. So you have to evaluate those reports and consolidate them. So after that, the other step to increase the page load time, like to improve the page load time, is that you have to optimize your images. Images can really slow down your website considerably. So we have to resize your images in such a way that the images are not losing their quality, and they are we are using a compressed image, and we have to optimize them using tools like JPEG and PNG stripper, SMOSHET, online image optimizer, super GF. There are many tools available in the market. So we have to considerably consider this option of optimizing the images. Okay, and the other tactic to improve the page load time is that we have to get rid of the bulky code which is available into the backend of our website. So bulky code can create major roadblocks for your site, removing line breaks, access spacing. So that would really affect a lot. Okay, the other strategy is to improve the page load time is that, so we have to avoid external embedded media. We have to host all the content on our own server. So that is one of the way. We have to minimize round trip times. We have to, perceive the web performance. We have to look after the if my website has got a video also. So instead of putting all the video onto my website, it is I can just give an hyperlink to the YouTube page for that video. So that is one of the strategy to improve your page speed. Okay, so now the strategy 4 says that we have to leverage videos. So explainer videos really plays a very major role in increasing conversion rate, because in today's world, people usually convert more and more by watching the videos. After videos comes as the image, after image comes in the content. So we have to leverage the videos in such a way that we are providing quality videos and very good unique content onto our videos, which will initially make the customers convert. So this videos provide business as an opportunity to clearly convey their value proposition, clear the things which business is offering. So these explainer videos can help to increase page engagement and time spent on the site as well. All right. So according to the research conducted by Salesforce, so they increased the conversion rate by 20% after adding an explainer video in long back in the year 2012. 30% of your website watched the video, and approximately 50% out of those 30% who watched the video, they made some actions onto the website. So video attention span is short. The average duration of a video watched is about 2.7 minutes. So just make sure that whenever you are trying to make an explainer video, Make it short, make it last long for 2 minutes, 3 minutes, or max to max for 3.5 minutes. Don't go beyond that, or else the loser or maybe the user might lose their interest watching the video. Okay, so your hosting must be fast to support the video, and you need strong captivating content to gain visitors attention in short amount of time. All right, so let's just see that how to get better results with video SEO optimization as well. So we have to optimize before making the video. We have to optimize and check the right number of keywords, the right keywords which the users are searching for a specific video topic. After that, we have to upload the videos onto our own domain. So opening a video channel for a company website on YouTube or Vimeo may seem good to increase the subscribers. However, your own domain is crucial. So if you're creating video onto your own domain, you're initially increasing your average time spent by the user onto your web page. So you have to create a sitemap with key information such as title, the category of the video, the description of the video, to let the Google crawler capture the info and then rank it substantially. And after that, you can track to view the SEO results, and then you can interact with the viewer. You can add prompts, you can add CTAs or anything else onto your video also. So this is how you have to leverage the video. Okay, guys. So before concluding, so few of the key takeaways is that SEO and conversion rate optimization can really work together, and if they are taken together, so they can really do a very wonderful job. Your site should be easy to find, but it should also provide value to the user. I'm repeating this. Your site should be easy to find, but it should also provide value to the user, offering useful content that addresses users' need. So using SEO and CRO as multi-step approach can help you rank better in search engines and increase your conversions. So we have to also make sure that avoid the Google bot rules that penalize you, and focus on how to use SEO to improve your conversions. All right. So let's just conclude. So SEO can prove extremely complex sometimes, but knowing the basics will give you a running start. Begin by collecting as much data as you can and conduct thorough research. And you can read articles by some of the biggest digital marketing giants like Backlinko, Neil Patel, Moz, and SEO Roundtable, search engine journals, and just check on their strategies, case studies, and you would really develop very good understanding about this. Write content geared towards your audience, but make sure that your content is not copied from the competitors. You can just monitor what your competitors are speaking into their content, and you should be able to generate a content which is far better than your competitors. That's how you will be able to outrank your competitors as well. We have to create separate campaigns for on-page and off-page SEO. We have to make sure that the site loads quickly on both desktop and mobile. Make sure that we are following all the mobile friendly protocols. We are following the mobile first indexing protocols, and we are attracting quality backlinks as much as possible. So yeah, we have to focus on all those sort of things. And furthermore, even older content can continue to work hard for you, but we have to keep on updating and optimizing that content as well. And make sure that if you write solid evergreen content, you can attract a very good number of traffic and generate conversion for years to come. Okay, so yeah, that's it, guys. Thank you so much, and I hope so that this session was fruitful for you and you garnered good information about the SEO and conversion rate optimization and how to increase your website conversions. So any questions are more than welcome. So just let me know into the chat box, and just don't forget to give your thumbs up, or maybe give a comment about the session and any areas of improvement. You can also put into the chat box, and do follow Naukri Learning as well for such exciting webinars, topics, case studies, and their e-learning materials as well. So thank you so much, guys. Looking forward for your questions onto the chat box. Okay, guys. So I have received few of the queries into this YouTube chat box, and one of them, the query is that how much time a website usually take to rank on Google search engine. So, guys, see, it completely depends on your optimization and the level of brand loyalty, the level of quality backlinks what your website is trying to get. So initially, it usually takes 30 days to 45 days to see the results, and it completely depends on your strategy. Okay, so yeah, this is what is that. Okay, and yeah, so the next question is how much time a keyword take time to rank on Google search engine. Again, it completely depends onto your the on page and off page elements that have you really optimized the keyword properly? Have you included them into your on page factors? Or have you got some backlinks for that keyword? Have you got some internal linking did to that keyword? So if these things are done, so it usually ranks into 30 days or 45 days. And we have to make sure that we are not trying to target a high competitive keyword, because high competitive keyword usually takes longer time to rank onto first page of Google. So initially we should be targeting long tail keywords, low competitive and medium competitive keyword as one of the strategies while targeting onto our pages. And yeah, so the next question is there a difference in the keyword research process for different devices, laptop, mobile, or tablet? That's a wonderful question. So there's actually not a difference between the approach wherein the for different devices. So Google usually all the search engines actually usually collects all the information, and whatever average monthly volume they give it as per the location wise. Say they don't categorize their searches as per the device categories, but they do for the location wise. So whatever searches you see onto the keyword planner tool, so you can go ahead with them and you can optimize your strategy for all the three platforms: laptop, desktop, mobile, or tablet, or anything like that. Okay, so you just need to focus onto the location. All right, so any more questions, guys? Okay, guys, so thank you so much for your time. It was wonderful for hosting this webinar today. So yeah, do have a great day ahead, and take care of yourself and your family members, and do stay safe, healthy, and God bless you all. Bye bye, guys.